What's good? Welcome back to the Renaissance, man. It's Templar, a place for you to come in from the battlefield of life to create, reflect, refocus, and remember that the world is yours, so let's conquer it. This is power, what separates the boys from the men. If you want to conquer it with me, go ahead and like the video, turn on bell notifications, and subscribe to the channel. Please leave your comments below. You know what I'm saying? It helps me extremely, so I appreciate it in advance. Today, guys, we're going to talk about how and discuss thoughts around whether or not love makes you weak. But I'm also going to turn it around at the end. So, have you ever watched like those warrior movies where the warriors are pretty much secluded from women and they live a pretty harsh life? They grind up from the bottom, you know what I'm saying? The ones that survive, you know what I'm saying, apparently they're the fittest. And they're on their mission, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're on their grind, you know what I'm saying? They're on their purpose. And they're strong, man. They're strong-minded. And they may or may not have had women before, you get what I'm saying? That's neither here or there. But take notice of these characters and caricatures in these movies at what happens and what situations they get themselves into out of love, out of desire, out of lust. You know what I'm saying? Like how they go back into even more dangerous situations to sacrifice themselves. So I'm not saying this is a good or bad thing. I'm just saying take note of it, and look at it as it may apply to your own life. They'll sacrifice themselves into situations that no longer benefit them or never really benefited them, all for, you know, a nut. And the girl had him coming back looking like, you know, a squirrel, and you know what I'm saying, you was just a nut. You get what I'm saying? In those events, do you think that the love of those women ultimately weakened those men? And I would say yes. You know, it takes a strong mind, or you're going to have a much stronger mind as you, when you have to just depend on your principles, your legs, and what you've built up. But when you start to depend on someone else's love, someone else's comfort, someone else's company, you inadvertently begin to crave that and seek that out more often than you need it. You understand? And this could potentially put you in situations that you were never supposed to be in. This could potentially put you in situations that, you know, you stayed in longer than what you were supposed to. Then you got those other animes or shows with warriors where the guy is on his grind and he completely just doesn't have a use for women right now because he's on his grind, and he sets boundaries with them and lets them know that this is where I am, this is how it is. You know, a lot of times I found that I had the most success with women when I did that. You know, but over time, you know, those boundaries begin to weaken because I began to care for the woman, and I began to care for how she felt and consider her more and more. You know, whether or not she was considering me more and more, you know, that's neither here or there. But that's what was happening. So you have to kind of take notice of what your focus is on in your life, and make sure that you stay centered in your emotions. You know, take a deep breath. You know, be aware of your breath, be aware of your thinking and your emotions, because in any given situation, you could be given more than what you were initially required to give, and getting even less than you initially were required to give to prove yourself, you know, and at the same time not becoming the warrior that you are always meant to be. So I hope you like content like this. If you do, go ahead and give this video a like, leave your comments. You know, I've got a busy day ahead of me. As you can see, this do-rag coming off, y'all know I'm gonna get fresh. Should have took it off for the video, but I didn't.